Hello and welcome students. Very good evening to all of you. I'm Ajay Sir, your English educator. I welcome you all on Oliveboard's e-learning platform. So hopefully you are good and doing well, studying well. That is the very particular session that is the most awaited session for IRDAI examination. That is the special session for IRDAI examination 2023. So let's join it, and we are going to have more than a sufficient content in this particular session, and there will be 50 questions for topmost 50 questions that is based on each and every topic regarding your examination. So hopefully you are doing well, and now let me know that I'm audible or visible to you. At first, let me know about the first thing, that is I'm audible and visible to you. After that we are going to start this particular session. Please go for it, and I can also check myself. Yes, everything is perfect now. Yeah, this is the perfect one. Now go for the session. Just a minute. Audible and visible. Yeah, that's quite good. Now we are having this particular session with the first question of this of this particular session, that is based on top 50 questions regarding your examination, that is IRDAI exam 2023. First question is according to the pages, the reading comprehension part. The first part is reading comprehension. Actually there will be 3 slides for this particular pages. After that there will be 10 questions regarding this passage. So you have to go through each and every type of line or segment with the concept. So you have 2 minutes for this particular slide to read it completely. Go for it. Go for it and let me know that if you complete it. Can you see the complete slide? Hopefully you can see the complete slide. And while you are going to read a comprehension, read a reading comprehension, read a passage, you have to go through the theme at first. What is the thematic approach? So go for it. Go for it, go for it. Okay, if you have done, let me know about it. That's a yes. Let me know about it with comments. Go for the first slide. Perfect. Now go for the second one. Go for the second one. You can go through the complete passage. After that we are going to solve it. We are going to read it again. Okay. Perfect. Go for the third one. That is the last slide. Go for it, go for it. Okay, hopefully you have gone for the complete slides. Now we are going to have this particular reading comprehension part, and that is, there is a market failure in cybersecurity. Solutions being suggested or tried. Okay, solutions being suggested or tried include increasing transparency about data losses, helping consumers and firms to make more informed decisions about cybersecurity, shedding more light on how internet service providers (ISPs) tackle malware infections they sport on customers' computers, and using liability laws to force software companies to produce safer code. On transparency, America has led the way. Almost all American states now have data breach laws that require firms to reveal any loss of sensitive customer information. So now I can see that is the particular paragraph, or that is particular pages. The reading comprehension is based on cybersecurity actually. That is based on cybersecurity, and now we are going to talk about the cybersecurity formation that is based on America and the other countries. And Europe, telecoms firms have been obliged to notify customers of breaches for some time now. Okay, that is in America. That is in America at first, and now the second one is, that is the America at first, and now we are talking about the Europe. Now, and there are plans to extend reporting to a wider range of industries. Breach laws have increased and insurance companies to offer coverage against potential losses. This is helpful because they are in a position to gather and share information about best practices across a wide range of companies. A cyber insurer advises companies on defensive tactics and also on how to minimize their drainage if something goes wrong. Okay, now that is the part that are going to tell us about what can we do to be safer side, to be in a safer side while we are getting in a cyber crime. So what must be, and also on how to minimize the drainage if something goes wrong. The American government should create a cyber equivalent of the National Transportation Safety Board, which investigates serious accidents and shares information about them. Such a body could look into all breaches that cost over $50 million and make sure the lessons are shared widely. Now the second one is, but insurers. So in the first phase, we have talked about the Europe and the America's policy about cyber security, that what type of policy they have. Actually America has that type of body that investigates the cyber security crime, that is based on the people of America. So now we are having the second one, and that is, but insurers are likely to remain wary of tackling on broader risk because the cost associated with a serious cyber incident could be astronomical. Insurers can deal with acts of God but not acts of anonymous, and that is hacking, group of acts or state sponsored hacking. Okay, this explains why the overall cyber insurance market is still small. Governments are weighing in too, not least by supporting private sector efforts to clean up botnets. Okay, it's botnets or networks of compromised computers controlled by hackers. These networks, which are prevalent in countries such as America and China, can be used to launch attacks and spread malware. Okay, now we are talking about that type of malware that is a hacking thing actually. That is the hacking thing actually, that can how it can process to attack or spread. So in Germany, now we are talking about Germany, that how cybersecurity affects Germany, and in an initiative called BotFi. Okay, that is BotFi, which helps people clean up their infected computers, received government support to get started. Though it is now self-financing, the American government has also worked closely with private firms to bring down large botnets. Another strategy involves issuing standards to improve security. America's National Institute of Standard and Technology published a set of voluntary guidelines for companies in critical infrastructure sectors such as energy and transport. Britain, now we are talking about Britain. We have talked about Germany, we have talked about Europe, we have talked about America, that how the country is dealing with the malware software, how the country is dealing with the cybercrime security, Now we are talking about Britain. Britain has also launched, and they are launching their separate segment, that is the Germany launched a bot fry, while America launched that one, and that was called. Now come to the next one. Britain has also launched a scheme called Cyber Essential, under which firms can apply for a certificate showing they comply with certain minimum security standards. Applicants undergo an external audit and, if successful, are awarded a badge which they can use to marketing materials. Now the third one and the last slide is whether governments are best placed to set minimum standards is debatable, but they have certainly raised awareness of cybersecurity as an issue that needs attention. Okay, cybersecurity is a big issue on this particular time, and that needs attention actually. Hey, could also help to get more information into the public domain. Researchers have argued preciously that collecting and publishing data about the quantity of spoon and other bad traffic handled by ISPs could encourage the worst performers to do more to tackle the problem, thus improving overall security. Another debate has revolved around getting software companies to produce code with fewer flaws in it. One idea is to make them liable for damage caused when, say, hackers exploit a weakness in a software program. Okay, hackers what they do, hackers exploit a weakness in a software program. Most software companies currently insist customers accept end-user licensing agreements that specifically protect firms from legal claims unless local law prohibits such exclusions. The snake is that imposing blanket liability could have a chilling effect on innovation. Companies that are selling millions of copies of programs might take fright at the potential exposure and leave the business. Strict liability be applied only to firms which produce software that cannot be patched if a security flaw is found. There is quite a lot of that sort of code around. Now we have completed our passage, our reading comprehension, and now after going for the complete passage, I have gone for the one thing that is based on cybersecurity, how the countries are dealing with cybersecurity, how firms and individuals can relate with the cybersecurity system, how they can save themselves from the cybersecurity. So this is the complete sense of the passage. Have you got it? Yes or no? Please let me know about it. What must be the right answer? Okay. Hopefully you got it. Now we are going for the questions. And that is the first one. Which of the following is the same in meaning as the word broader as used in the passage? We used a word that was broader actually in the passage, and what is the same meaning? That means what is the synonym? Of the word that is given broader? Let me know about what must be the answer for the first question. We have gone for the passage, and that is based on cybersecurity, that how people and countries are dealing with these type of malware. So now the word broader. Is broader. It must be spacious, subtle, weaker, comprehensive, or approximate. Now go for the first one. What must be the right answer? For the first one? Yeah, it must be. If we are going for broader, it means broad. That is broad. Like we usually say, you have a broad thought. You have to be broader. You have to be broader in your thoughts also. So Yeah, definitely it must be D. It must be D. And if we go for broader something, then definitely it must be spacious. No, sir, it not must be spacious. Subtle is not a perfect word. Weaker can go for weakness. And approximation is an prediction actually. So what must be the right answer? It must be comprehensive. While we are going to the word that is comprehensive, that is broad. What is the mean of comprehension? That is understanding. And if you understand something, that means you are broad-minded. So now it is D. Now the second question on your screen: which of the following is or are the arguments in favor of cyber essentials? Now go for the next one. What must be the right answer for the second one? Which of the following is or are the argument or arguments in favor of cyber essentials? What must be cyber essentiality? That it boosts transparency and promotion of firms. Okay, the certification is given by hackers, which makes it authentic. Firms benefit from paying attention to cybersecurity, and do users. Okay, go for it. That is the very particular question. You can give the answer without reading the passage also, because we very well know that what must be the mean of cybersecurity. If you are having the cybersecurity, it means our data is safe, our information is safe, and if we have breached the cybersecurity, definitely our data is not with us only. That is gone already. So now what must be the next answer for the second question, for the particular question? Go for it. Which of the following is or are the arguments in favor, not in against? That means in favor. That authentic. Yeah, it must be. It boosts transparency. If we have cybersecurity, then definitely we have transparency in data. It boosts transparency and promotion of firms. Yeah, definitely. If any type of firm, any type of company is completely cyber secured, that it must be promoted. It must be promoted because people definitely will believe on it. Yes or no? Definitely yes. So it must be the right thing. Can a hacker give the certification to cyber security? Can a hacker give the certification? The certification is given by hackers, which makes it authentic. Is it possible? Any type of hacker gives you a certification and makes you comfortable that yeah, you are completely authentic. Now you can go for breaching something. So it is wrong. We can't go for it because hacker can't give any type of certification. The government can give a certification that is based on cyber security. Now the third one is firms benefit from paying attention to cyber security. If any type of firm pay attention on cybersecurity, that will be beneficial to them, to the firm also, and so do users, and for their users also. So what must be the right answer? This is the right one. So what is in the favor? Actually the first and the third one. So it must be A and C. And the right one will be C. Yes, do you get it? Yes or no? Let me know in the comment box, in the chat box. Now the third question is on your screen, and that is asked: which of the following is the same in meaning as the word tried as usual in the passage? That is used in the passage, and you have to tell me the same word, the synonym of tried, not tired actually. So what must be the right answer? Which of the following is the same in meaning as the word tried as used in the passage? It must be convicted, accused, attempt, expected, or none of the given options. What must be the right answer? If we tried something, let me know. Let me tell you that there is a sentence that is said again and again, and that is try and try again. You should try and try again if you want to achieve something. Then definitely you have to attempt something. So we must go for the real answer, and that is attempt. If we are going to attempt something, then it means we are going to try. Again and again. So it must be C. Yeah. What must be the right answer for the third one? That will be C. Now question number 4 on your screen, and that is the opposite word of serious. What is the opposite word of serious? If you are serious, then what means in opposite? Genuine, witty, noisy, insignificant, or irresistible. Now go for the fourth one. What must be the right answer for the fourth question? Which of the following is the opposite of the word serious as used in the passage? So what must be the right answer? Yeah, we are going for this one, and that is serious. If I'm serious about something, then genuine. Genuine is authentic actually. That is authentic, that is genuine, that is real, that is eternal, that is genuine actually. So it must not be the correct answer. Witty is called for wisdom. Wit is wisdom actually. Wit is wisdom. So it must be the right, it must be the wrong answer also. Noisy, that is noisy. Now the next word is irresistible, which we can't resist, and the fourth one is insignificant. So what must be the right answer for the word serious? If someone is serious about something, that he is insignificant for something. He is not serious. He is not serious. He is not serious or careless about something. That is insignificant. So what must be the right answer? D must be the right answer. Now question number 5 on your screen. What must be the opposite word of the word chilling? If you are going to chill, then what must be the right answer for the opposite word of chilling? Yeah, promoting, reassuring, encouraging, fostering, and all the given options. This is the easiest one actually. Go for the fifth question. What must be the right answer for the given question? Go for it. Now this one is like promoting something. If we are going for chilling something, and I am asking about the opposite of, like we usually use the word like chill bro, like chill. So it must be stable. It must be for the stand also. It must be like stability. But if we are not going to chill, it means we are going to increase, we are going to boost, we are going to exhaust ourselves. So it must be promoting. Yeah, we can promote someone, and these are the synonym word, that is encourage and foster. If we are going to foster someone, it means we are going to increase him. So what must be the right answer? Yeah, that can be both. That the both are synonym, and reassuring and promoting are also synonym word. So it must be E. That is all the given options, because the four options are perfect for the particular opposite word of chilling. So what must be the right answer? It must be E. Now come to the next question, that is based on this particular passage, and now the question is, which of the following best describes the author's view of liability laws? Which of the following best describes the author's view of liability laws? Which of the following? Now let me know about the answer. What must be the right answer for the particular question? Which of the following best describes the author's view of liability laws? What the author thinks about the liability laws. So what must be the right answer? Go for the sixth question. Okay, which of the following best describes? The first one is, these will act as incentives for computer firms to produce more secure software. Okay, these are pointless as they cannot be uniformly or strictly implemented. So how can we go for pointless? How can we go for this particular sentence, and that is pointless? These are pointless, and what these are pointless? The author's view of liability laws. If we have liability laws on cybersecurity, then how can we go for pointless? So it must not be correct. Now for the third one, these will not greatly impact computer firms. Definitely they will impact, that will impact. If we have any type of liability laws for the cybersecurity purpose, then definitely it will impact a firm as well as an individual also. So it must be wrong. Now, fourth one is these are not an appropriate approach to cybersecurity. How can we say that these are not an appropriate approach? Definitely, liability laws is an appropriate approach. None of the given options, it must not be correct. So what must be the right answer? It must be A, according to the sense, and that is these will act as incentives. These will act as incentives for computers firms to produce more secure software. Now come to the next question, and that is 7th on your screen. Now go for the next one. Which of the following can be said about government efforts with regard to cyber security? What type of efforts government made for cyber security? Regard to cyber security, what type of efforts the government has made? Now let me know. There are three efforts, and now you have 5 choices. So go for the 7th question. Yeah, government efforts have been coupled with private sector's cooperation. Okay, government efforts. Government is going to do efforts with private sectors also to implement for the implement of cybersecurity. So government efforts have been coupled with private sector's cooperation. Yeah, that is correct. Government efforts have been focused on destroying botnet infrastructure. Yeah, definitely. What type of botnet? What is botnet actually? What is botnet actually? It's a malware. That has been read in the particular pages. It's a malware. So government is trying to destroy it. Government is trying to destroy it, because if we have any type of malware, that will breach the cybersecurity. So it must be correct also. Now the third one is these are not worth while and too small in magnitude. Yeah, that is also correct according to the sentence. So it must be A, B and C. Yeah, these are both, Harshvardhan. Perfect. And the right answer will be A, B and C. This is also given in the passage that these are not worth while and too small in magnitude. So it must be E. That the three one are perfect. Now come to the next question, that is 8th question. Why has the author mentioned the National Transportation Security Board in the passage? Yeah, we have read the abbreviation, that is NTSB, and that was National Transportation Security Board. And I think that was made by America. For their people's security. That is the board that do investigation for the cyber security breaches. Okay, so it must be. Now let me know that what must be the right answer. Perfect. Go for the next one. Question number 8 on your screen. To urge America to set up a body to share data in cyber related incidents, to monitor cybersecurity episodes whose losses are over a certain sum, to publish and enforce standards for cybersecurity for sectors like energy. Go for the next one, and that is the very particular question. If you have gone through the pages, definitely you will solve it. Yeah, please let me know. Go for it. Why has the author mentioned the National Transportation Security Board? And I have already told you that that is the board that do investigation on cybersecurity breaches for their individuals or the firms also. So it must be to urge America to set up a body to share data in cyber related instances. So no sir, it must be not. Can we go for the next one? To monitor. What they do, they usually monitor or they usually investigate cybersecurity episodes whose losses are over a certain sum. So this is the board that monitors cybersecurity episodes whose losses are over a certain sum. So it must be right. To publish and enforce standards for cybersecurity for sectors like energy. No, this is not the type of board actually. That is the particular work of government. That they have to enforce. Standards for cybersecurity for sectors like energy. Yes, perfectly right. So it must be only B. And where is it? That is the third one. And that will be C. Or the third one also. Now come to the 9th question. Which of the following is our theme of the passage? Now let me know that what must be the theme of the particular pages, and you can go for it. You can go for it easily because we have completed it. Yeah, holding cyber firms accountable for flaws in their products, cybercrime, infrastructure in certain countries, ways to secure cyberspace, limits of cyber insurance, and all the given options are themes. Now, it can be one or it can be more than one also. So, what must be the right answer for the last one, for the ninth one? Sorry, not is the last one actually. This is the ninth one. After there will be a 10th question. Perfect. Go for it. Okay. Which of the following is or are theme of the pages? Okay. If you haven't read, usually you have read the fourth one, the all fourth in the particular pages. That was holding cyber firms accountable for flaws in their products. Okay, if you have cyber firms, that will be accountable, that will be responsible for flaws in their products. Okay, so this is the right one. Cybercrime infrastructure in certain countries, and we have taken many examples with the countries. That was Germany, America, Europe, and many more countries also. Ways to secure cyberspace. How can we secure the cyberspace? That is the also theme of the particular pages. Limits of cyber insurance, and how can we go for the limitation of cyber insurance? That is the real particular topic. So what must be the right theme? These complete are all the given options are themes. So it must be E. Now the last question from the particular pages. After that we are going to solve the second one. Which of the following is or are true in the context of the pages? Breach laws can be helpful for organizations. Okay, America is leading the way in terms of laws for disclosure or cyber breaches. Pressure is increasing on software companies to produce safer products. Varied efforts are being made to create a market which values cybersecurity, and all the given options are true in the context of the pages. Now let me know what must be the right answer for 10th question. And you definitely know about it. That what must be the right answer. Okay, go for this one. Which of the following is or are true in the context of the pages? If you have read the pages, then definitely you very well know that breach laws can be helpful for organization. America is the leading country, that is the way in terms of laws or disclosure of cyber breaches, and pressure is increasing on software companies to produce safer products because there can be a malware also. Varied efforts are being made to create a market which values cybersecurity, and that is all are correct actually. All are correct. So if all are correct, so the right answer must be E. That is all the given options are true in the context of the pages. So now come to the next one, and that is the close test. Now we have gone for the reading comprehension part, and that was a passage on cybersecurity. Now we have the next one, and that is 11th question. We have 5 questions from 11 to 15 for this particular topic, and that is close test. What is close test actually? That is actually this is the pages. This is a pages where some words are systematically removed, and you have to fill the words from the given options. So now you have the blanks, and you have particular 5 options for this particular blank. So go for the complete one. Go for the complete passage, go for the complete clause at first. After that you have to start from the first one. There has been some buzz lately around the not so new idea that emerging technology is destroying jobs and will blank destroy. Okay, will blank destroy the middle class. Okay, fears about a shrinking job pool are blank. Our economy is still recovering from the recession, and jobs have not returned to pre-recession levels. Meanwhile, technology is blank some low-skilled jobs, yet changes of the job landscape, while they may require some adjustments, are not bad news for the middle class blank. Advances in innovation and technology promise to make life better for everyone, both professionally and blank. Now go for the first one. What must be the right answer for the first one? If anyone, there is Okay, there has been some buzz lately around the north. So new idea that emerging technology is destroying. Now we are talking about the emerging technology, and that is destroying jobs, actually jobs, and will blank destroy the middle class. So if emerging technology is destroying the jobs, then definitely it will impact on the middle class also, because the middle class person always depends on job, most in the conditions the middle class person always depends on the job. So definitely it will impact on the individual also. And what must be the right answer? Destroying jobs and will blank destroy. So here is a word that it will destroy. Will not destroy. No sir, definitely it will destroy. Ultimately, securely, publicly, or demandingly. So it must be ultimately. That is the word, that is modification. That is modifier actually. Intensifier. That is intensifier. There are two type of word, that is intensifier actually. That the first one is intensifier, that we can use as an adjectival phrase also, and the adverb phrase also. So it must be intensifying. a word, and that is ultimately destroying. That ultimately basically and will ultimately destroy the middle class. Fears about. Now for the next one, what must be the right answer for the next one? That is question 12. Fears about a shrinking job pool are blank: understable, weird, unjust, recommended, or wrong. What is the fear? Of shrinking jobs? Okay. Fears about a shrinking job pool are blank. It must be understable. How can we understand about the fear of shrinking jobs? No sir, it's not understable actually. How can a person understand that if my job is going, then how can I understand that it must be gone? No one is there who is going to understand it. So it must not be understable. Can we go for the word that is weird? And you have very well know that is the word that is used in the negative sense. And fears about a shrinking job pool are weird. How can we go for disgusting? That is the word that is used for disgusting actually, but that must not be the perfect answer. That is, the next one is fears about a shrinking job pool are unjust. That is unjustified. And our economy is still recovering from the recession. Decrease. Okay, now come to the next one. Our economy is still recovering from the recession and jobs have not returned to pre-recession levels. Okay, like now our economy is still recovering from recession and jobs have not returned to pre-recession levels. But job have not returned to the pre-recession levels. Meanwhile, technology is blank some low skilled jobs. What is technology? It's a low skilled jobs. So go for the 13th. Okay, it must be. Meanwhile, technology is blank some low skilled jobs. If we are going to tell about the low skilled jobs, so it must be acquiring. Can we go for the word like technology is acquiring? No sir. Technology replacing, technology lifting or paying? No, it's dicing. That is decree. Some low skilled jobs yet changes to the job landscape, while they may require some adjustments, are not bad news for the middle class. But there is a contradictory word, while they may require some adjustment. Okay, it requires some adjustment, are not bad news for the middle class. Blank advances in innovation and technology promises to make life better for everyone. Okay, go for the next one, that is 14. And how can we go for it? While they may require some adjustment, are not bad news for the middle class, advances in innovation and technology. So there is a contradiction, so it must be while with the pair that is instead, while they may require some adjustment, are not bad news for the middle class. Instead, advances in innovation and technology promise to make life better for everyone, both professionally and you very well know what must be the right answer. So it was B, na? Yeah, it was B actually. It was B. And what was last? Yeah, A, B, and now what must be the last one? Yeah, sir, very well know. Advances in innovation and technology promise to make life better for everyone, both professionally and personally. So what must be the right answer? It must be C. It can help us to make us professionally and personally better. So what must be the right answer? C must be the right answer. Now come to the next question, and that is based on sentence completion. That is the term in the examination that you have given a sentence, and now the rest part is here. Now you have to choose one from the five, and that will be the sentence completion. Yeah, it's definitely C, Indu. Now go for the next one, that is sentence completion. The present impasse between China and India is a flare-up of a long-standing schisma that is the result of incessant border stretching. The legalities of the present issues aside, diatribes of reminders of a previous war. Nice, the perfect one. Go for the next question, that is 16th on your screen. What must be the right answer? Ayush is saying it must be A. Perfect, Ayush. Now we are going for this one, the present impasse between China and India. Okay, now we are having the word that is impasse between China and India, and we have can we assume it beside the countries are bound by bilateral peace and diplomatic treaties. This is the particular word, that can we go for it. Now the complete one is a flare up for a long standing schisma that is the result of incessant border stretching. The legalities of the present issues aside, diatribes of reminders of a previous war. Besides, that are two words. That first one is beside and the second one is besides. That is additional actually. Additionally, the countries. What the countries are? That are China and India. Are bound by bilateral peace and diplomatic treaties. And the second one is goes. How can we go for goes? Because if we have two countries, then definitely we can't go for it. And the word is, the complete sentence is, goes beyond what may be considered as acronymous diplomatic language. Not impose on what you yourself do not desire. No, this is the not one. Having hit many home runs from where President George W. Bush left. No. This must be first one, and that was the right answer by given to you. Now the second one is the question 17th on your screen, and that has the part that is completion, that asks to complete it. We believe in many gods, but the basics are a belief in nature and the universe and a oneness with these elements, and thus blink. If we talk about this or say we are proud of it, we become Hindutva. It seems it is the shame to be Hindu. At least this is what the so-called liberals have been saying for the decades, and now we are also called intolerant. This is the nice one. Now go for this 17th question on your screen. 17th question on your screen. What must be the right answer? Okay, go for it. We believe in many gods. We actually believe in many gods, but the basics are a belief. What the basics are? What the basics are? What the basics are? A belief in nature and the universe. Are in the nature and the universe and a oneness with these elements, and thus are judged beyond belief, are clutching at straws. Okay, the Gita and so many more, including the Buddhist and Jains, are of a philosophy that was born in this land. And the fourth one is, are only a billion of us who belong to this rather prolific geographical race. Now go for the next question, that is 17th. And what must be the right pair? We believe in many gods. Now we are having many gods, but the basics are a belief in nature and the universe and a oneness with these elements, and thus are jaded beyond belief, are clutching at straws. No, it not the Gita and so many more, including the Buddhist and Jains. Why we go for the Gita and so many more? No, it must not be. And the third one is, are of a philosophy. Now we are having this one, universe and a oneness with these elements, and thus are of a philosophy that was born in this land. Because we have the faith. We believe in many gods, and that is the philosophy. That was born in this land, that we have many gods, but the basics are a belief in nature and the universe. So it must be C. That one is the perfect answer. Now come to the next one, and that is 18th question on your screen. Blank the spread of fake or questionable information, then it also helped in making people aware of the world around them by making information essays virtually free. This medium has been exploited by politicians to win elections, by goats to spread the message of hate, cheats to earn quick bucks, and NASA to share the latest discovery. Okay, go for it. Ayush is saying it must be C, that is 3 actually. Yeah, perfect one. Okay, come to the next one. Blank, we are having the blank at first, the spread of fake or questionable information. What we are talking about, that type of information that is actually fake and questionable, then it also help in making people aware of the world around them by making information essays virtually free. Okay, if we give the information that is fake, if we give it virtually free, this medium has been exploited by politicians to win elections. Usually politicians, what they do spread fake news, actually, and by goats to spread the message of hate, and the by goats who spread the message of hate that this has happened to the particular thing, and cheats to earn quick bucks, and NASA to share the latest discovery. And that is the complete base on the fake or questionable information. So what it must be, if the growth of digital media gave a boost to the spread of, okay, the times we live in, live action science is not a bad idea. Why we are talking about live action science in this particular session? Because we are talking about the news that is based on virtual science, and virtual means it must be digitalization. Yeah, Ayush, you are perfect one, and definitely this one be the first one. Now let me know the third one also. There is an urgent need for a well crafted strategy too, and that last one is these obscuranist forces that are backed by powerful political end. No, it must not be. The right one will be A, definitely A, because we are talking about the virtual system, virtual strategy, and that is based on social media, and that is based on digital media. Now come to the 19th question, and that is also a sentence completion question. Go for it. This is exactly the kind of situation that the right of information law is meant for. The RBI is always in the news for monetary policy or licensing or its leadership that mostly obscures the facts that it record in consumer protection is terrible. It's time for banks customers blank change. So what must be the right answer? Go for this particular question, 19th question, that is on your screen. Okay, go for it. This is exactly the kind of situation that the right to information. Okay, we are talking about the RTI. We are talking about the RTI, that is right to information. RTI, sorry. That is RTI, right to information. This is exactly the kind of situation that the RTI law is meant for. The RBI is always in the news for monetary policy. What type of news they are gaining? They are using like monetary policy or licensing or its leadership. Okay, RBI is always in the news for monetary policy or licensing or its leadership that mostly obscures the fact that its track record in consumer protection is terrible. Okay, it's time for the bank customers. It's time for the bank customers blank change. What must be the change? The banks and their so-called regulator. Okay, to why banks must continue to be allowed to dip into your pocket whenever they feel the need to step up, get organized and start forcing some changes. Yeah, that is the right one. Yeah, you very well know that what must be the right one. Definitely there will be D, definitely there will be 4, because we have the sense of this sentence, and that mostly obscures the fact that its track record in consumer protection is terrible. It's time for bank customers to step up, to take a step, get organized and start forcing some changes. You have to start forcing some changes, and that will be the right answer. That is D. Now the last question according to sentence completion. Okay, this is not the last question of the session. We have top 50 questions in this particular series. We have gone through the reading comprehension with 10 questions in a particular passage. We have gone for the cloze test also, that has 5 questions. Now we have completed the sentence completion method also, that how can an examiner ask you that type of question. Now we are having this next one, and this is 20th. And the trends are ominous. Petrol prices are now rising by 16.7%, high speed diesel by 33.1%, and aviation fuel by a massive 67.3%. In contrast, cereal prices have come down from 9.6% in November 2016 to 6.1% in February, with blank of a good rabi crop. And if you are giving the answer, go for the particular method, that is 20th A or B, C or D. Let me know the question formation also, series of the question also, so I can understand it in a better way. Ayush was perfect for the last one. Now come to the next one. Okay, go for it. And the trends are ominous. Petrol prices are now rising by 16.7%, high speed diesel by 33.1%, and aviation fuel by a massive 67.3%. In contrast, cereal prices have come down from 9.6% in November 2016 to 6.1% in February, with okay, yeah, it must be 4. Okay, Ayush, perfect. Of a good rabi crop, it must be falling now from 9.6% to 6.1%. That was 9.6% in November 2016, and that was in February. Global to 6.1% in February, with global recovery in other commodity prices is also adding to the price pressures. Even wheat prices decelerating in anticipation. Okay, wholesale prices are different unlike in the past, when food prices, fuel and power prices, which is driving the price line. No, it must be we are using this phrase according to that is the mean actually. Why we use that word, that is rabi crop. There are two type of crop. That first one is rabi and the second one is kharif. You very well know that rabi based on the winter basis and the kharif based on the summer basis actually. So what must be the right reflection? According of a good rabi crop. So it is decreasing in a rabi crop. It is is decreasing in a Rabi crop, so it must be global recovery in no. It not must be even wheat prices declaring in anticipation. Even wheat prices, even wheat, that is the Rabi crop actually, that is declaring in anticipation of a good Rabi crop. So it must be B, not 4. It must be B. The right one will be B. The right one will be B. Now come to the next question. Okay. And what type of question is this? This is select the phrase or connector. It must be at the start. Okay. You have to choose the phrase or the connector. You have to choose the phrase or the connector at the starting of the sentence. Okay. From the given 3 options, you have 3 options which can be used to form a single sentence from the 2 sentences given below, implying the same meaning as expressed in the statement or sentence. Okay, perfect. Some had hoped that Donald Trump in his inaugural address would seek to heal the wounds created by a device campaign. His campaign was marked by the belligerence and rhetoric. When we see ourselves despite the belligerence or healing the wounds. Now we have 2 sentences, and the first one is from here to here, and the second one is from here to here. You have 3 phrases. The first one is this, second, and the third one. Now you have to tell me what type of phrases can be used in the sentence starting of the sentence. Here is a word. It must be at the start. It must be at the start. So what type of phrase we should use for this particular segment to adjoin the 2 sentences, to connect the 2 sentences? Now go for this. That is 21. Okay. Is there? Okay. But it must be. Go for it. Now, some had hoped, okay, some is the subject actually, had with the third form of the verb, that Donald Trump in this inaugural address would seek to heal the wounds created by a device campaign. His campaign was marked by the belligerence and rhetoric. So it must be, it must be D for the 21. D, only B is correct. Okay, come for you. Okay, so what it must be? When we see ourselves, some had hoped. When we see ourselves, the second one is despite the belligerence. If we have used the word like despite the belligerence, then we can't go for the word again. Because this is the sense that despite the belligerence, some had hoped that Donald Trump in his inaugural address. So it must not be correct. And the third one is healing the wounds. Okay. Yeah, Ayush is saying it must be D, but Ayush, go for it. Go for the particular one. That is what the sense is saying actually. We are having the word. Some had hoped. It means they are optimistic. They are not confirmed. They had hoped that Donald Trump in his inaugural address would seek to heal the wounds. Created by a device campaign. That was created by a device campaign. So it must be healing the wounds. Some had hoped that Donald Trump. So it must be C. When we see ourselves, that is not the correct phrase. That is the only word. That is the only phrase that is based on the particular sentence. Like this, healing the wounds. Some had hoped that Donald Trump in his inaugural address would seek to heal the wounds created by a device campaign. So it must be C. Is it? Yeah. It's in C. And that is the correct one. Now the right answer is C. Come to the next one. Come to the next phrase. What must be the connector? And that will be in the starting actually. Arvind Subramaniam, the Chief Economic Advisor, spoke the students of the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. He said that the cost of providing universal basic income is so huge that it cannot be provided as an add-on to the exciting welfare programs of the government. Speaking to the students, yeah, the chief economic advisor, or while the cost of providing. So what must be the right phrase? That can be used. Yeah, Ayush, yeah, that is the right one. Healing the wounds also have seek to heal. Yeah, that is you are saying that healing the wounds, okay, would seek to heal, okay, healing the wounds had hoped. We are here for some had hoped about healing the wounds. Some have hoped about healing the wounds, and that was the prediction. Actually, some had hoped that it would be that Donald Trump in the inaugural address would seek to heal the wounds, and that is the perfect one. There is no confusion actually. That is the perfect one, and that has been asked in SBI PO also. Okay. Now, question number 22, Arvind Subramaniam, the Chief Economic Advisor, spoke the students of the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. He said that the cost of providing universal basic income is so huge that it cannot be provided as an add-on to the exciting welfare programs of the government. Now, here we have the three phrases that can be a connector. So, now go for the 22. Okay, how can we start this? Yeah, definitely we can go for the first phrase. Speaking to the students, Arvind Subramaniam, the Chief Economic Advisor, spoke to the students of the Indian Institute of Management. Okay, so we can go for the first one, that is the phrase. Speaking to the students, what he was saying, the Chief Economic Advisor Arvind Subramaniam, the Chief Economic Advisor Arvind Subramaniam spoke to the students. That can be used in the sentence, in the starting of the sentence also, okay. Ayush, go for the last one, and if we go for the last one, definitely, yeah, I got your point that why you are confused on that particular sense. If we go for this one, that was healing the wounds. So it will be not using that heal the wounds. That will the formation that is used in the starting of the sentence. Okay, after seeing the second sentence, do it clear that what we are doing, if we are using this phrase in the first of the sentence, that is speaking to the students, Arvind Subramaniam, the Chief Economic Advisor, spoke to the Indian Institute. So it must be speaking to students. That will be not available. That will be not useful for it. Now, Chief Economic Advisor, that is the right one, and the third one is while the cost of providing. Sir, how can we go for this? While the cost of providing universal basic income is a huge. No, sir, we can't go for it. So it must be A and B. Is it A and C all are correct, and A or B are correct? Only A or B are correct. So it must be E. Now come to the next question, and that is also perfect one. The intricate web of global trade and finance ensures that the demise of a single company can affect so many more. It is already witnessed in the Lehman Brothers meltdown. Go for it. What must be the right answer for the question? That is 23, and we are lacking of time, so we should be fast. The intricate web of global trade. Now we have as already witnessed. In order to witness the ensuring that the demise of a single. Go for the next question. Question number 23. Okay. So what is it? as already witnessed, the intricate web of global trade and finance ensures that the demise of a single company can affect so many more. It is already witnessed. We have gone for this one because we have used it. We have used it in the starting of the sentence. Now, if we have used it as that is as already witnessed, so we can remove it from here. Now the part will be as already witnessed, the intricate web of global trade and finance ensures that the demise of a single company can affect so many more in the Lehman Brothers meltdown. So it must be A. A is the perfect one. Now, in order to witness that, where is it? No sir, we can't use it. Ensuring that the demise of a single, can we use this phrase, ensure that the demise of a single? Sir, if we use this phrase, then definitely it will go to here. That will be the first, that will be the C also, correct now. But what will happen if we use it? Where is the phrase now, and how can we reconnect the next one? That is here also, because we have two sentences now, that is first one and that is second one. So we only can go for the first one. We only can go for the first one, and that is A. And is there any? Yeah, definitely A, not B, not C, or not A or C. It must be A. Now come to the next question, and that is 24. India has climbed rapidly up the ladder of growth rates. It has fallen relatively behind in the scale of social indicators of living standards. Now we have two sentences. The first one is here and the second one is here now. Now you have to connect these both. Although India has, despite falling behind, then how can we go for it? Here is the third question, question number 24 on your screen. Can we go for it? Okay. Ayush is saying it must be D in the 23rd. Perfect, but it was A actually. Now you very well know that we can go for though and although, because we have to be paired with the two segments. If we use although or though, in the starting of the sentence, then we can go for the two pairs, that is yet, or the second one is comma also, so we can go for the first and second, and if we go for the answer sheet, if you go for the option elimination method, there is no first and second, A and C, B and C, and that the right one will be E, as you say. Yeah, definitely Ayush, this is the perfect one. Why we can use this? Despite, in spite of falling behind, that is the first one, and that can be used, now what will be the sentence? Despite falling behind, India has climbed rapidly up the ladder of growth rates, relatively behind in the scale of social indicators of living standards. Hopefully you got my point. Now you are not confused what I am saying, what I am trying to say, and that is the right answer, and that is E actually. Now come to the next question, that is the last question based on this particular concept. After that we are having the next one. The American left has accepted the fact that there is no better alternative of liberal democracy. The American left is trying to plug the loopholes of democracy and actualize it for those in the margins of our unrepresented, having accepted the fact, accepting the fact that although trying to plug. Now come to the next one, that is question number 25 on your screen, and you very well know that what must be the right answer. Having accepted the fact, 25, It must be C, Ayush. You are really perfect. You are really perfect. The American left has accepted. So now we can go for having accepted. That is perfect participle. Na? That is perfect participle. While we are going to use having with the third form of the verb, that will be perfect participle. That will be perfect participle, and that is perfect. Having accepted the fact that American left has accepted the fact. Okay, the American has left. There is no better alternative. And accepting the fact is also correct, but although trying to plug, that is actually, where is it? Okay, here is it. Trying to plug. All the American left is trying to plug, but here we are using although. That is used in this starting of the sentence. So it must be A and B. And where is the word? Where is the right one? That will be C. That will be C. Now the next question on your screen, and you have the choice to complete it. We have 6 sentences: A, B, C, D, E, and F. Now we are going for this particular parasymbol structure. You have to read it out, and after that you are going to pair it in a particular paragraph and particular structure. After that we are going to show the questions and you are going to answer it. Now you have 2 minutes for this particular question. Go for it. Go for it. Rearrange the given 6 sentences. Okay, and if you have seen the video that is on YouTube also, that is how we gain marks in parasymbol structure, that was made by me on Oliveboard's e-learning platform, and that is the most tricky method. That is the most tricky methods video that I have told you 10 methods, 10 tips and tricks that you can use while you are going to solve any type of parasymbol structure. But the most important thing is what I am talking about in the video, in the particular videos, that there is a method that is called common factor method, and that is most important part of parasymbol structure. Now go for this one, and after that we are going to solve it. Okay, what must be the right pair? Go for it, go for it. You can have it easily, because this is not actually the advanced level, this is the moderate level of the question. I have completed the advanced level in the 3 videos that is based on parasymbol structure. You can go and watch it also. Okay. Go for it. Hopefully you have gone through it. Others were shown advertisements of more affordable stuff such as smartphones. Okay, we are talking about others. And if we are talking about others, then definitely we have talked about someone else also. We have talked about someone, and after that we are talking about the others also. Yes or no? Definitely it must be paired with the next sentence. Now the second one is this experience. What type of experience we are talking about? We don't know about that experience, because the sentence is saying this experience shows what the experience is. We don't know about the experience, so we can't start it from here. Now moreover is a word that is additional. If we go for any type of, I have already told you that we can go for the starting word, we can go for the conclusive word, we can go for the additional word also. That is the mean of moreover. That is the mean of moreover, and that is an additional word that adds on something, that adds on or that elaborate a sentence, that adds on or that elaborate a sentence. Some of those not sure, okay, but is the word, and that is also conjunction, that is contradictory, and if we have gone for the fair, if we have gone for the part that is in the favor of something, that there will be an against part, but is always about to favor and against, definitely there will be contradiction, eventually is a word that can conclude, okay. Earlier this year, a car maker advertised on WeChat, a popular messaging app in China with around 550 million monthly users. Okay, yeah, that is the perfect one. Ayush is saying it must be FDA BEC, FDA B E and C. Perfect, Ayush. Perfect. Now come to the concept. You are saying it must be started with F. Why it is? Why that must be a reason, that must be a reason, and that is a chronological order. That must be a chronological order. That if we started earlier this year, that it means we have started it in past, and that was recent past actually. We should start the segment with the particular segment, that is F. Earlier this year, a car maker advertised, okay, on WeChat, a popular messaging app in China with around 550 million monthly users, okay. They advertised something. Now, but its advertisement was shown only to that, okay. Moreover, some of those notes shown the advertisement, okay. Moreover is an additional. Now here we are talking about this experience, and others were shown. If we go for others, now we have go for the only also, only to those and others. So it must be paired with D to A. Yes or no? Now we are going for the common factor method. If I have choose the first one with the starting of the sentence, then definitely there will be a common factor method for the second one. Now, what type of advertisement I have talked about? That was but its advertisement. Now in the second sentence, now in D, its advertisement was shown. It was shown only to those whose profiles suggested that that were potential buyers or expensive cars. Yes or no? Definitely yes. We are talking about this advertisement that was given by a car maker. So it must be D. Now we have talked about that was shown only to those, but others were shown advertisement of more affordable stuff such as smartphone. So it must be A. Yes. Do you get my point? Ayush, are you getting my point? What I am doing, I am correlating the sentences with the very common method, that is common structure method, that is common factor method also. Now we have the pair. You said that it must be B. But if we go for the first one, go for the pair, that is A. Others were shown advertisements of more affordable stuff such as smartphone. So now if you are going for B, this experience, now we have didn't get it, that how the experience, what the experience is actually. Now we have not come to the point that what type of experience we are talking about. Now we have to go for the next one. And that is E. Because we have taken F, D or A. That is B, C or E. Moreover, some of those. Now we were talking about only those who was shown only to those, and were shown advertisements or others. Now we are talking about moreover. we have the additional information, about these peoples. Moreover, some of those not shown the advertisement complaint referring to themselves as, or putting it politely, losers. So it must be the additional information, because there were a partiality actually. There were a partiality, and that was some people were shown the advertisement and some were not shown. Why that was? They were shown a smartphone that was actually affordable. So there was a partiality that the people were thinking that he is trying to show us that we are not that type of rich person. So it must be C, not B. It must be C with the pair, that is additionally information for A. Now the next one is eventually this bruised a few egos. Now bruised is a word that is hit on head. That is actually a hit on head. A few egos. And what is bruised by egos? Because they didn't show the advertisement properly. They did partiality. They did inequality. So it must be E with the particular word, because eventually this bruised a few egos. Now that is the complete thing. Now this experience, what type of experience? That they shown an advertisement that was made a partiality, and that was the experience. This experience shows the complexities of advertising today, when it is so easy for dissatisfied customers to make their voices heard. So it must be B in the last segment. Hopefully you got my point. If you didn't, let me know, I can tell you again also, but hopefully you got it. So it must be FDA CEB, not BEC. Okay, perfect one. FDA CEB, FDA CE and B. What must be the first? It must be F. And the right answer will be D. Now come to the second, and that was D. So it must be D. Now come to the fourth. And what was fourth? It was C. So it was C. Come to the sixth. That was B or E? That was B actually, according to me. Okay, so it was B na, that is option A. And what was fifth? It was E. So what is option A? Hopefully you got my point. And definitely, while we are going to correct every type of parajumble structure, we should go for the very particular method, very basic method, and that is, I already told you again and again, if you choose common factor method for parajumble structure, definitely you are going to solve any type of parajumble structure that is based on moderate or advanced level in your examination, and you will do it completely right. Now we have completed 30 questions of this particular session. Now we have 10 questions regarding error, and after that 10 questions regarding the two concept also, that is swipe method and sentence completion also. Okay, we have discussed the sentence completion. Now we have the error part, that is from the 31. After the case stripped corporation expressed its inability to provide funds for various developmental works, the office bearers of the civic body started lobbying at special financial aid from state government. Now go for this one. Okay, go for this one. After the case stripped corporation, expressed its, what we are talking about? We are talking about the corporation inability to provide funds for various developmental works. The office bearers of the civic body started lobbying at special financial aid from state government. So it must be, sir, while we are talking about lobbying, that it not must be lobbying at. The right phrase is lobbying for or lobbying against special financial aid. It must be lobbying for or lobbying against. So it must be, the right answer will be D. The right answer will be D. Now come to the next one. We will have at some point of time in our lives wondered if we are actually being too nice to someone. Okay, this is the easiest question, hopefully. So go for this one. It must be D. Now what must be the next answer for the question 32? We will have at some point, okay, we will have at some point of time in our lives wondered if we are actually being too nice to someone. Okay, it was D for the last question, I think. Now what must be the right answer for the question, that is 32? So it must be, we have here modal with the first form of the verb, at some point of time in our lives, wondered if we are actually being too nice to someone. No, it must be, how can we go for too nice? It must be very nice to someone. Do you know why it is? Because if we have any type of adjective with a particular part of to, then definitely it will be negative impact. It will be negative impactive adjective. Yes or no? You very well know about it. It must be negatively impactive. So it must be C. It is used as very nice to someone. Okay, hopefully you got my point. Now the next question 33. New businesses today are increasing focusing on introducing various perks and motivation programs to help retain employees. Okay, you very well know about it. Go for that particular question, that is 33. Hopefully you are getting my point. New businesses today are increasing focusing on introducing various perks and motivation programs to help retain employees. Now go for the concept. New businesses today are increasing. So we are talking about new businesses that are increasing, focusing on introducing various perks and motivation program. So if we hear for the word, that is noun, that is the noun, and that is plural also. So it must be motivational, because we have motivation. Motivation is noun actually. And if we have noun, then there will be definitely an adjective for the particular segment for the modification. So it must be motivational. It not must be motivation, it must be motivational, and that is the adjectival part. It must be C. Now come to the next question. Yeah, perfect one, Ayush. However, while the younger generations are often accusing for actively adhering to the technology-based lifestyle, the study showed that 38% of 10 to 18 years olds claim to feel overwhelmed. Here is the question. Here is the question. The question is 34. Go for it. Now let me know that what must be the answer for this particular question. Hopefully. However, while the younger generations are often accusing for actively adhering to this technology based lifestyle, the study showed that 38% of 10 to 18 years olds claim to feel overwhelmed. Okay, the study showed, and that was the claim actually. Yeah, it must be 34. It must be A. And what is it? Definitely, it must be a pair of. Accused of. That will be a formation. Of passive construction. because that has already happened. So it must be, however, while the younger generations are often accused of, it must be accused of according to the fixed prepositional concept, that is the fixed preposition with accused, and that is of. So it must be a, and the formation will be in passive construction. So now come to the next question, and that is 35. Nowadays people are really afraid of the terrorism and terrorist attack all time. It has become a warm topic as it is a big social issue. 35. Yeah, accused of. Perfect, I use. What must be the right answer for the next question, that is 35. Nowadays people are really afraid of the terrorism and terrorist attack all time. Okay. Now here we are having this one, nowadays, that is used particularly to tell about the present continuous tense. Actually, nowadays people are really afraid of, we can use it afraid of, that is the right phrase. Nowadays people are really afraid of the terrorism and terrorist, okay, attack. Okay, now the noun is attack. And what type of attack we are talking about? That is the terrorism and terrorist. So it must be adjectival phrase, all time. It has with the third form of the verb, that is become a warm topic as it is a big social issue. So I can't see any type of error. In the particular sentence. So it must be E. That is the right one. Completely right. There is no error in the particular sense. Now we have the next one. Since the films are so similar, it is you who has infringed our client's copyright. Go for the next question, that is 36, and you very well know that what must be the concept for the particular question. Go for it. Question number 36. 36. Since the films are so similar. Okay. Since the films are so similar, it is you who has infringed. You very well know that if we are using it as a subjective case, there will be a singular helping verb. There will be definitely a singular helping verb with the particular sentence, with the particular subject. After that, there will be a subjective form. Many students usually use it in objective form. They usually say it is me. They usually say it's me, but it is not correct. It can be correct in the spoken English, but it is not correct according to the general English, according to the grammatical English. So it must be it is I. And if we have any type of relative pronoun, that is who, which or that, then definitely there will be a verb and relative pronoun. If we use any type of relative pronoun, definitely it will relate the before noun, that the noun that is given before it. So it must be used according to this subjective case. The verb must be used according to this subjective case. So what it must be? It is you who is the relative pronoun. Now it is relating to you, and the verb according to you will be have. So it must be C. Now come to the next one. About 20 days before, the investigation wing of the income tax department slapped notices on at least 5 persons in Mumbai, asking them to disclose details of their offshore companies and financial structures in 4 tax havens. Now go for the next one, that is 37. 35 all the time. Okay, Ayush, let me check about it. Since the films are so similar, it is you who have. Okay, 35. Yeah. Nowadays, people are really afraid of the terrorism and terrorist attack all the time. Yeah, it must be the right phrase. Ayush, you are perfectly right. It must be. Yeah, this one is the perfect one, but the right one will be, it must be a typing mistake So ignore it, The right answer is E actually. The right answer is E actually, according to the examination that was asked in the examination of SBI PO. So it is an error. It is an error free. We can say that it's an error free question, or if we have the error, that can be a part of that also. So we can go for the both. You have to know about the concept, and that you are perfectly right. You are perfectly right that we can say all the time, because this is the right phrase. This is the right phrase. I do accept it. But according to the sense, this one is E. It must be right. That is the typing mistake actually. Now come to the next question. Hopefully you got my point, and you will have nothing about to worry about it. Yeah, about 20 days before. Sir, how can we go for it? About 20 days. If we go for about 20 days, sir, if we are asking about the past time, definitely we will go for ago. About 20 days ago, the investigation wing of the income tax department slapped, because we have second form of the verb, slapped notices on at least 5 persons in Mumbai, asking them to disclose details of their offshore companies and financial structures in 4 tax havens. So it must be A. Now come to the next question. That is 38. And now be fast. Paytm will spin off its marketplace business next month. A top company source said, setting the stage for China's Alibaba to establish a direct presence in the hotly competitive Indian online retail space. So what it must be? Yeah, it must be ago. Question number 38, that is on your screen. Paytm will spin off its marketplace business next month. Okay. Paytm will spin, that is will with the first form of the verb, spin off its what about Paytm's marketplace business next month. If we have next month as a phrase, definitely there will be future tense. A top company source said, setting the stage for China's Alibaba to establish a direct presence in the hotly competitive Indian online retail space. It must be space, that is retail space, that is online space, that is Indian space, that is competitive space, and that is hotly space. These are the formation of adjective. And you very well know that we can use at adjective with a particular word. So it must be the right one. There is no sequence breach, so it must be E. Perfect one. Now come to the next one, and that is 39 and 40. Yeah, 39 and 40. Here we have another pattern of error that can be asked in the examination. Like we have the sentence here. Now read the question carefully. Question given below, a sentence is given and is divided into 3 parts, that is first, second and third. For each part, a correction statement is also given. Okay, here we have 3 sentences. The first one is here, the second one is here, and the third one is here. Now the examiner also has given you the correct sentence, correct sentence, that has given you the correct sentence, that is first, second and third. Now you have to tell me that is there any possibility that you have to determine which part requires correction and select it as your answer. So you have to tell me what part now also has the requirement of correction. Go for the 39. Yeah, we are going to do it complete. When you have approached your colleagues and boss with the business case. Now we have B. Perfect. When you have approached, no, definitely if we have done in past, definitely there will be when you approach your colleagues and boss with the business case. Here we have done let me complete it. This is the condition actually. This is the condition. Ayush, this is the condition when you approach your colleagues and boss with the business case for making changes. Be sure as not to come across the indignant or self-righteous after all. It can be part of the problem. Go for the third one. Go for the structure that we have gone for the condition, and that condition satisfied with the particular comma, that is the conditional pair. When you approach your colleagues and boss with the business case for making changes, be sure as not to come across as indignant or self-righteous after all. It can be a part of the problem. So it must be nothing is here. The 3-1 are already correct. So it must be E. We do not want to change any type of particular sentence. That is already correct. So we should go for none of these. Now the last one, according to error based. As the individual and group performance picture became clear to Paula, she began to pine for the simplicity of her life as an individual contributor. Now we have the 3-1 also. Hence the individual and group performance picture became clear to Paula. She assumed to pine for the simpleness of her new life as an individual contributor. Go for it. This is the simplest one also. Question 40 on your screen. Okay, what it must be, this is hence the individual and group performance picture became clear to Paula. Okay, hence, can we go for hence? So definitely not. We can go for as soon as, yes or no? As soon as the individual and group performance picture became clear to Paula, she assumed to pine. How can we see assume? She began to pine. Actually, that is the word. That is she began. She can't assume. She began to pine for the simpleness of a new life as an individual contributor. So it must be A and B, and that is C. The right answer is C. Now we have 10 questions left, and that will be done in okay. Go for the next one. In the following questions, each sentence has 2 blanks, each blank indicating that something has been omitted. Okay, now we are here to use the sentence completion according to filler. We can go for the fill in the blanks option also. And here is the word. There are 2 words and 2 blanks for the particular options. So now we are going to, a sentence has 2 blanks, each blank indicating that something has been omitted. Choose the set of words for the blanks which best fits for the meaning of the sentence as a whole. So now what it must be, the blank of the latest policy. Okay, if we are going to make a policy, it must be the practice of the latest policy, application, purpose, implementation, or employ. Yeah, it must be C. Are you sure? For the 41, C. Okay, just wait for some time. Definitely, if someone see it at the first sight, then definitely he will go for the C, because he very well know that it must be a policy. The purpose of the latest policy is set to hike demand. How can we go for the second pair? Yeah, Ayush, now you are getting the right one. We can't go for hiking something. Hike, you very well know that increase. So what it must be, the practice of the latest policy, the application, the implementation. The implementation of the latest policy is set to boost demand for automobiles. So it must be D. That is, implementation is noun and boost two with the first form of the verb, and the boost is verb actually. Yeah, hopefully you are getting my point that the implementation of the latest policy is said to boost demand for automobiles. Now the next question is on your screen. Last year, vehicles paying for the highest share of the amount Indian households blank on consumer durables. Go for the next question, 42. That is on your screen, and that is last year vehicles blank for the highest share of the amount. Okay, vehicles blank for the highest share of the amount. That was an amount, and there were a highest share, there were a highest share amounted, accounted, explained, consumed or departed. We can't go for explain, you very well know that we should use second form of the verb. Now what must be the right answer? If we are going to favor something, that it must be consumed. Last year vehicles consumed for the highest share. No sir, we can't go for it. Departed, can't go for it. Amounted or disbursed, and the first one is accounted or spent. Now let me know about it. Last year vehicles accounted for the highest share of the amount Indian households spent on customer durables. Yeah, definitely there was some accountability, about the share, about the highest share of the amount, and that was spent on consumer durables. So it must be durability, so it must be option A. Now come to the next one, that is the airline which is the official airline partner for the recent blockbuster has blank a special aircraft for this purpose, blank image of the lead actor, has donated, elect, devoted, dedicating, set. You very well know that. What must be the right answer? That is 43. Okay. Can you go for it? Yeah, definitely. The airline which is the official airline partner for the recent blockbuster has set. Sir, we can go for set, but there is some possibility also. How can we go for? Ayush, we can't go for B because here is dedicating and has dedicating. How can we go for the right pair? We should make it grammatically correct, na? We should make it also grammatically correct. So it must be has with the third form of the verb. So we can't go for the second one. And we can't go for the fourth one because we can't donate something or addressing this purpose, addressing image. If we are not going to donate it. So what it must be? Devotion. Devotion is not a right word. There is addiction. There is a word that is addiction, that is negative, and devotion, that is positive. Set or posed, and now we have two options, that is set, posed, or elect or carrying. The airline which is the official airline partner for the recent blockbuster has elect a special aircraft for this purpose, carrying image of the lead actor. So what they wants to carry? They wants to carry the image of the lead actor. So they gave the special aircraft for this purpose. Hopefully you got my point. Okay, sorry. It must be definitely it must be D. I wrote it perfect. Now question number 44, that is on your screen. While the technology and state of knowledge in medical allows the gadgets to blank data and give recommendation, it will be a while before we are ready to blank doctors for serious illness. Now go for the next one, that is 44, and you very well know that what must be the right answer. While the technology and state of knowledge, we are having the two sectors, that is the first one is the technology and the second one is state of knowledge in medical. Allows the gadgets to estimate. Can we use estimation? That is the word for the gadgets. No sir, we can't go for it. Evaluate, analyze, describe or figure out. Here can be a word, that is to blank data and give recommendation. It will be a while before we are ready to blank doctors for serious illness. So it must be credence, it must be trust, it must be distrust, or we can't go for distrust. Because we have to trust on doctors. If we are seriously illness, then definitely we have to trust. And we can't go for the word, that is confidence also. So what must be the right pair? Medicine allows the gadgets to analyze to analyze data, to analyze what must be data must be analyzed, data must be analyzed, it not must be estimate, it not must be described, it must be analyzed on the base of something, and that is the state of knowledge, that is the state of knowledge and technology. We can analyze the data, on the basis of technology and state of knowledge. So it must be C, and we have to be trusted. It will be a while before we are ready to trust doctors for serious illness. So it must be C. Now come to the next question, and that is 45. There is plenty of blank that transferring kids to the adult criminal justice system for trial and conviction has blank to prevent repeat offences. Yeah, Ayush, you are perfect. Now, what must be the right answer for the question? That is 45. That is 45. There is plenty of blank that transferring kids to the adult criminal justice system for trial and conviction. Okay, what we have there is plenty of data, information, disproof, indication, or evidence. If we are talking about that we know something, and what is that? That is transferring kids to the adult criminal justice system for trial and conviction, and trial and conviction has blank to prevent repeat offences. So it must be E. Ayush, you are really perfect. We are not going to analyze any type of data. We have plenty of evidence. For what? For transferring that were regarding to transferring kids to the adult criminal justice system for trial and conviction has failed. And okay, after that getting trial, their conviction has failed to prevent repeat offences. So it must be definitely yes. You have to pair the both sectors. If you got the only one, then definitely your answer will be correct. So it must be E. Now question number 46. Here you have four words that is actually swap based. It means you have to swap two of them from their side to the another, and make a right pair for this particular sentence. Many countries are keeping their money in overseas banks because the tax laws are less stringent in foreign Americans. And I wish you will definitely get it very fast. Be fast. Many countries are keeping their money in overseas banks because the tax laws are less stringent in foreign Americans. It must be what it must be, sir. Here is countries are keeping their money in overseas banks because the tax laws are less stringent in foreign. Sir, how can we go for foreign Americans? How can we go for the pair foreign Americans? It must be foreign countries. And if we had found any only a single type of pair, then definitely we will make it. We have a pair that is based on A to D. Yeah, perfect one. A to D, and that is D option. That will be D option. Yes or no? Perfect one. So what will be the right sentence? There will be many Americans are keeping their money because we are using there also, and that will be used for Americans. Many Americans are keeping their money in overseas banks because the tax laws are less stringent in foreign countries. Now come to the next one. Here is the 47. Ayush, let me know about this one. The Bandipur Tiger Reserve on the Karnataka border spilling some of our richest wildlife areas contains over into Tamil Nadu and Kerala. This is the easiest one. Actually, contains is the verb. That is the singular verb. And we can't use it here. That will be used. The Bandipur Tiger Reserve, on the Karnataka border. Now we have to tell the verb also. That is the sentence, that is the subject. That is the Bandipur Tiger Reserve. The Bandipur Tiger Reserve on the Karnataka border contains, it must be, contains some of our richest wildlife areas spilling over. That is a phrase, that is spilling over into Tamil Nadu. So it must be B to D. Yeah, it must be B to D. Perfect one. This is the right pair. Now come to the next question. 48. United Voice, which represents government, has called for the Queensland paramedics to fund their positions after the latest Queensland health data showed ramping was increasing. Go for this one. United Voice, that is United Voice, which represents what the voice is united for. The voice is united for paramedics. And that is the right formation. United Voice, which represents paramedics, has called for the Queensland government to fund the positions after the latest Queensland health data showed ramping was increasing. So it must be, yes, perfectly. Okay. It must be paramedics. It must be paramedics on the place of government, government on the place of paramedics. So it must be A to B. And the right pair will be A. The second last question of this particular session is 49. That is 18% of the world's population lives in India, but the country global 26% of the bears disease burden due to air pollution. This is the easiest one. Yeah, definitely Ayush. That was A to B. That was the pair regarding A to B. We have two questions left in our section. Now, 18% of the world's population, that is the right formation. 18% of the world's population lives in India, but the country bears 26% of the global burden due to air pollution. Yes or no? It must be the country. We have the country as a noun, that is singular, so it must be not global. It must be verb. And there must be bears. That is the singular verb actually. It must be B to C. Yeah, definitely you are the perfect one. B to C, and the right answer will be. Now we have gone for the 4 questions. Now we have the last or the ending question of this particular session. And what is this? In the following question, a statement is given with a blank followed by 5 options. Choose the pair of words that fill in the given blank, making the sentence grammatically and contextually correct. Okay, the king released the lion from its cage into the arena where the champion stood. Okay, and by the end the champion ultimately turned out to be, there are 2 words, that is philanthropic, miser, noble, wicked, brave, cowardly, clumsy, careless, or concerned or relaxed. You very well know that philanthropic. Phil is a word that is used to tell us about love. Noble, wicked, brave, cowardly, clumsy is a careless person. Like a bull in a china shop. It must be. So what must be the right answer for this pair? Then you have to tell me the pair. Here. Now, yeah. You are saying it must be C. Why it is? Because the sense is the king released the lion from its cage into the arena. If someone is into the arena, and where the champion stood, and by the end the champion ultimately turned out to be, or it must be brave, or it must be cowardly. Why? After seeing the lion, he can be coward or he can be brave. Because it's a part of arena. So it must be C. That is the perfect answer. Now, hopefully that session was useful to you. And how was the session? Let me know about in the comment box. And if you like the session, definitely do share with your friends also, and join our classes at the regular basis. I will be available on tomorrow 8 p.m. for the reading comprehension part, while where I'm going to tell you the tips and tricks while you are going to connect a reading comprehension, while you are going to cover or while you are going to solve any type of reading comprehension part that is based on passages. So definitely you thank you so much, Ayush. We'll meet you again. Hopefully you are getting good. Be back and keep studying. Thank you so much. Have a great day. See you soon.